Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Abdul Wakil Nazari, and I would like to welcome you to University of Institute of Business Learners. That is the first chapter of Introduction to Human Resource Management. Now, one thing in here should be clear that human resource management, that is the backbone of every organization. Every organization, every member of organization, whether they're in the top or bottom or middle, so they must know about human resource management skill. If they have no human resource management skills, so they are unable to run the organization. They are unable to run the organization, or unable to they hire an effective manpower. For hiring an effective manpower, you need to have the skills of human resource management. Although if you are not in a human resource field, but you must learn this skill. And anytime, anywhere, you will need this skill. If you're a manager, because a manager cannot do all the work by itself. If you're a director or whoever you are in the position, you cannot do anything by your own self. You need to have the manpower in order to help you out or run your ideas. The first thing is that if you are making an organization, but organization can be run by who? By people. For who? For the people. Now, if you want those people who will be happy or will be motivated to toward your organization, or who will be satisfied for whom you designed this organization, so that maybe your clients, or let's say customers, you make them happy. For making them happy, you need to have effective manpower. They must have skills. They must have effective skills in order to make them happy. For that, you need effective manpower. For effective manpower, you need to have human resource management skill. For identifying that relevant candidate, that a relevant person for the position. Simple is that human resource allow you to find out a right person for the right position. So moreover, we learned in this chapter we're learning objective of this chapter, that we will explain what is human resource management is and how it relates to the management process. Show with examples why human resource management is important to all managers. Illustrate the human resource responsibilities of line and staff managers. Briefly discuss and illustrate each of the important traits of employees in human resource management. List and briefly describe importance and traits of today's human resource managers. Now, define and give examples of evidence-based human resource management. Now, let me tell you that we will not cover all these points, all these learning objective points in one lecture. We will have more than one lecture regarding the human resource management in order to learn all these learning objectives. Now, so we will start with a case study of LL Beans. First of all, we'll just look at the LL Beans case study and look at the case study. Then we go forward. In the rest of this chapter, we will analyze LL Beans, its operations, its study, its human resource management to the rest of the chapters, and we will relate in every place. That's LL Beans case study. Now, LL Beans, if you look at the LL Beans, the most LL Beans customer find its customers service staff to be knowledgeable, helpful, or understandable. Now, what are going to do that? LLBs, the perspective of LLBs. The perspective of LLBs that they hire all those people, all those service providers, or we can say main power, those who have those who are knowledgeable, or those who have a coordination, those who have coordination perspective, and those who are they are understanding that what they are doing actually. No, it is the manager knows that courtesy, expert workers are the key to such customer services. Now, and it takes the right human resource practices to attract and cultivate such employees. The company knows what it's look for. The main thing is that that LLB is looking for courtesy employer, courtesy employees, and those who are expert workers for the sake of what they satisfy the customers. For satisfying the customers, so definitely if you are looking for expert workers, because LLBs perceive that the key success of LLBs is their expert workers. If they have lack of expert workers, so that organization will not be in this position right now. So they think that for hiring an expert worker, so they need what? They need HR. They need human resource practices for hiring a relevant position or relevant employees as they perceive for that. Now, its website says candidates should be. Now look at here, it's straightforward. What its website says, when you visit to their website, so they will tell you how the candidate should be, regarding their job descriptions, what their job description is regarding. So if any employees want to apply, first he or she has to judge himself or herself for whether that person is relevant or not, whether these points, these objectives that LLBs draw for their prospective employees, whether that employee is having or not. The first thing, that they should be friendly, dependable, hopeful, authentic, trustworthy, honest, experienced and innovative, outdoor oriented, environmental aware, and want to have fun. If now look at here, they clear cut, they advertise they have put it on their website, so that everyone can see that all those employees, all those main power who want to join LLB, who are interested to join LLB, they must have these sort of skills. Now the company, the company is using the human resource practices, including, now look in here, if LLB is in the top position, that credit goes to its human resource practices, because they give competitive pay, they give cash performance bonuses, multiple medical expenses and insurance claims, and outdoor experience and days to attract and cultivate such employees' behavior. Now in here they have an interesting point. What they're gonna do, that not only they want all those people, if they have published it on their website, that demanding for such person, demanding for such people that who are these skills having. On the other hand, they are giving comparative payment, cash performance bonuses, multiple medical medical and insurance plans and outdoor experiences for attract their behaviors. Now the thing is that in here they have another plan for motivating their employees, for satisfying their employees. Not only their employees will be satisfied, their employees will be, they are ready for sacrifices. They give too much time to the LLBs to work harder and harder because they are motivated, because the LLBs understand the core values of their employees. LLBs understood about their employees' behavior, what the employees want. So in here the point is this: all those organizations will be successful those who are understood about their employees, about their employees' behavior, what they actually want. If they get to know about their employees, their behavior, they understood about that and what their actual employees want, so then definitely there will be win-win game. Employees will work hard in order to make succeed the organization. If you are giving favor, being an organization, if organization give favor to the employees, they understood the employees' behavior, they act according to behavior of employees. So definitely employees will act according to their behavior, according to the game plan of the organization. They put their 101% on their efforts, on their strategic goals of the organization to achieve it, because they think that the organization objective is our objective. Now when objective organization or a main power objective meet, so definitely that will be achieved. When if there is dissimilarity in objective of employees and organization, so organization cannot achieve its objective. Now the success of LLB's customer service strategy depends on human resource management practices. As I stated, they hiring a relevant person, and when they hire a relevant person, plus they give them motivations. They give not only motivation not only in a intrinsic but extrinsic, in a both term, in monetary and non-monetary. They give promotions strategy, because here in this organization employees see their growth. Now that was all about the LLBs, how the LLBs is successful. That's one point. LLBs is success just because of has human resource practices. Every organization has human resource practices, but they are up to them how they utilize that human resource practices. If they are utilizing for their employees, for the betterment of their employees, so definitely they will be succeeded, because make your employee happy, the employee well, employee will give 101% for success, to succeed your organization. Now the question is that where are we now? The question is that where we are now. The purpose of this chapter is explain that human resource management is what human resource management is, why it's important to all managers. We all see human resource management activities such as hiring. Look here, you can see that whenever you ask somebody that they say that what is the human resource management activities, they say that hiring, training, appraising, compensating, developing employees are part of every managers. Now it is not the thing that employees human resource practices that are hiring, training, appraising, compensating and developing employees, because these things that is a part of every manager's job. Every manager's job, whether that is in top management, middle and a lower, they have this. That is the job of the all. Now, and we will see that human resource management is also a separate function. Usually it's all human resource or HR managers. In other hand, in one hand, we can see that hiring, training, appraising, compensating, that is every manager's job. But it is an every manager's job. Every manager want to you know, I can say that put in yourself in these things. When they are hiring, they are involving themselves. When they are appraising, they are involving. Every manager is involving themselves. In other hand, HR manager is also having human resource, or HR manager is also be separate, having separate functions. They are also having separate functions. So we will cover, the main topic we will cover including meaning of human resource management, why human resource management is important to all managers, global and comparative trends, human resource management trends, and the plan of this book. These things are the plan of this book. Now, the framework above, which introduced each chapters, makes this point that the firm HR policies and practices should produce employee skills and behavior. The company needs to achieve its strategic objectives. As I stated clearly in the beginning, a firm, they must make their HR policies for improving employee skills and their behavior. When your employees are satisfied, when your employees are happy, when they are happy and satisfied from that, so definitely they will work harder and achieve your strategic objective. Now look, if you are compensating your employee, if you are compensating your employees, look, compensation is not the core purpose. Compensation of not the core purpose that you motivate the employees. Only a fixed salary does not motivate employees. You need to do something else. Make a fun with them. Like not only fixed price, a fixed salary, you have to go for something extra. Motivate them in giving a parties. Involve yourself with in parties, gatherings, get together, spread the love among, give love, that much love that they won't, give too much love to your employees. When you give love to your employees will not, give love, you will receive love. When you give love to your employees will not go from you. The thing is that we are not giving respect. There one thing is missing in here, the respect. We think that market is saturated, there is a loss of employees, so whatever it happens, I'll kick the employee and I'll kick the employee and I'll hire another one. But have you think that kicking an employee, if you perceive that there is a loss of main power in the market, look, my dear, main power, those who are talented, those who are those who are very much having enthusiastic or working for them, they never work for others. One thing remember to all organizations, that those people who are talented people never work for others, they work for themselves. Let's suppose if they work for others, they will work on the contract base. On the contract base, they will hire from other places. They will never work. They will never go for the job. Talented people. If you're looking for if you see that main powers, a lot of main powers in the market, but look whether they are eligible to do that job. Maybe 70%, 80%, 60%, 50%, but not at all. But think about that. If you have existence employees, if you behave good, if you work on them, if you work on them, expand on them, so what will happen? Definitely their skills will improve, knowledge will improve, so they will work better and better. Now, question number 1 is that what is human resource management? What is human resource management? Next we can see the LL means in organization. An organization consists of people. Like if you look at that organization, organizations consist of who? Also people. So they have assigned the rules, work together and achieve the organization objective. Organization is a consist of people, and where they have assigned different roles. What for? For achieving their strategic organization objective when they work together. Now, the thing is that in top we have a manager who is responsible to work to accomplish the goals, and the person who distribute the power among the people. If we look at that, mostly we have managing. In a managing, we have 5 functions involved. That is the planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. And in the total, these functions represent the management process. These are the process of management. As a management process, we have, but some specific activities involved in such functions, and every function is having some specific functions. If you look at those functions, let's come to about just look at those functions. What are the functions that we have involved? In planning, we have what? In the planning, establishing goals and standards, developing rules and procedure, developing plans and forecasting. Definitely, organization start up with the planning. They plan for the future. They will make a strategic planning. They formulate your plan for 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever we have. They make the plan for that. Now the first thing that make a plan, they establish the goals, objective plans, and regarding the plan, they just put the forecasting, that how we will get to that objective. They make a plan for that. Now the second thing, that when they make a plan, they organize, give each subordinate a specific task. Now the planning that we have, they have made it for achieving. Now achieving the objective, they have made the distributed task. Who the subordinate? Delegating the authorities to subordinates. Establish the channels of authority and communication. Now coordinating subordinates the work. Now all the subordinates, they are coordinating the works for what is the one purpose? That is achieving the organization objective. Now coordination is organizing, distributed that their distributed authorities to delegating authorities to the subordinates. Now staffing. Now in here, staffing will determine what type of people you should hire, recruit. Now that is the prospective employees. Selecting employees, training and developing employees, staffing performance, standards, evaluating performance, counseling employees, compensation employees. All of this will happen. If you want to hire, how you have hire, what type of employees you will hire, how you can recruit employees, recruit the prospective employees, how you will select that. When you after selecting, what are training and development they needs. If you have existing employees, what they need. If you have existing employees, for existing employees, what do you have? What do you need? What employees? What sort of skills that you need? How you know whether that you are developing their knowledge or whether you are polishing their existing skills. You need to be aware of that. If there is a problem, if there is a conflict among your employees, you need to make a counseling session for them. Definitely compensating your employees. Think about that, whether you have compensated your employees correctly or not, whether you have compensated your employees according to your skills or not. And presently, the companies are actually trying to compensate employees lower. Now, the one thing that if you want to motivate your employees, if you want to get work from your employees, compensate them as they expecting. The employees what expect, so you have to compensate your employees above expectations. But definitely, when you have, if if you are hire or recruit employees, or you have selected, or now you need to lead them, what they do, how they have to do, getting the others to get the job done, maintaining the role, and motivate the subordinates. How do you have to do that? If they are slow, motivate them to go faster. Arrange sessions, seminars, workshops. Connect the goals of organization with the goals of employees. They will be motivated to achieve their own goal. Ultimately, they will achieve their organization goal. Now, the last thing, that is controlling. Once you have assigned, once you give the lead them, then look over them whether they are according to your plan or not. Setting standards, mega standards, performance appraisal. Now, here we have different performance appraisal. We have management by objective, management by objective, that you give individual employees whose objective, and then appraise that employees according to its objectives, whether it is the objective far behind or near the objective. The controlling is here about that. Now, checking to see how actual performance compare with these standards, taking the corrective action as needed, corrective action as needed. Now, look at that. See the standards. If you have made the standards, and then once you have made a standards, and a second, you assign the task to the employees, and employees is working in a harder to achieve that. For example, let's suppose you have a sales. You have made a quota for that. That in this week you need to achieve 500. You need to sell out 500 products. If you sell out the 500 products, you will be given admin bonus. Now look, the standard 500 is a standard. Now, employees, a salesperson working hard to sell out to 500 in this week. Now, if he is reach out to 350, now you need to assess that where the employees is a 350, but he didn't achieve that his objective. Now, still you need to motivate that person. You have to give them something, incentives, not a bonus, incentive or a gift. For sake of, in a second attempt, he will have, definitely in second attempt, he definitely will get that objective. Now, but our focus should be, that is all about the 5 functions of managing process. The 5 functions we have: planning, organizing, staffing, leading, controlling. But in this book, we're going to focus on these, on this chapter, or in this book, our focus should be on one thing, that is the staffing, personal management, human resource management functions. Human resource management is the process of acquiring, training, appraising, compensating employees, and attending their labor relation, health and safety, and fairness concern. Now, the topics we will discuss should therefore provide you with the concept and techniques you need to perform people for the personal aspect of your management jobs. That should be included conducting job analysis, planning labor needs and recruitment, planning labor needs and recruiting job candidates, selecting job candidates, orienting and training new employees, managing wages and salaries, because the compensation employees, providing incentive and benefit, appraising performance, communicating, interview, counseling, discipline, and training and developing managers. Now, at the last one, we have building employee community. Now, this is what we are going to learn in this chapter. I don't want to go further to explain. I want to stop this lecture over here, and the next lecture we will explain the upcoming topic that I have left it. So as I discussed at the beginning, that we will learn HR step by step, or I'll teach you the human resource management, and for not in one lecture, that should be in its different lectures. In chapter number 1, we will hardly have, in chapter number 1 we will hardly have 4 lectures or 3 lectures. So only chapter number 1 should be that needs elaboration, that make you understand. I would like to wind up my lecture over here, and thank you for your listening. Thanks a lot that you have given your precious concentration over here to my lecture. I hope you liked. If you like, so kindly share this video with others, so that everyone get the benefit of it. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and as well as like and follow my Facebook page, University Institute of Business Learners. Thanks a lot.